Hello, and thank you for joining the session. Today we're going to continue working on our chatbot and see if we can get it working with Google Live Chat, or rather YouTube Live Chat. It's a quick recap and to kind of let you know what happened over the last, or not over, but since the last session. I want to pull up the code. And let's see here. So let's go into Twitch driver. So there are a couple of things that I did. I moved the actual work for getting the Twitch viewers into a function. And this allowed me to both execute it immediately on boot up, as well as on a periodic basis. So I set this up now to look for new Twitch viewers every 60 seconds, but as soon as the bot comes online, it'll immediately look to see how many viewers there are. If we look down here, the thing that we needed to do was pass the bot. I did a little bit more with the logging of the info, and then we're calling Stream Manager directly. I also made sure that the exception was a little more friendly. If we look at the YouTube driver, I did something similar here. I added get YouTube viewers as a function, and then I'm calling it every 60 seconds. Then I did the same thing with YouTube stream details. This is the thing that gets the live chat ID. So if I look down here, let's see. Yeah, get YouTube stream details. So it's actually getting the, or it's dispatching YouTube stream details changed. It gives the live session ID of the session that it currently thinks is live. So of course this only works if the current stream is live. And then sends the video ID from YouTube and the live chat ID. The video ID gets associated with the video object, and the live chat ID ends up getting saved to the session. So let me double check to make sure everything here is correct. Console. Run it over here. Okay, so we're all up to date with the database. Actually, I've been running into a problem with some of these sessions. If I run the test code and I'm using some other database, what happens is it updates, say, Twitch with the wrong information. It'll update this and say that it's some old episode. But now it actually has the correct episode, which is pretty good. I'm also going to add the software development tag and the programming tag. There we go. Oh, looks like there's more tags than there were before, which is awesome. So I'm going to update this. I read on the Twitch, well, I heard on the Twitch dev monthly thing in the middle of December that they're going to expose this functionality via that new API. I'm very much looking forward to that because I keep forgetting to set these. But the problem was that if the bot is running on my code base with my database, it's outdated in dev. It was actually connecting to the live Twitch stream and the live YouTube stream and putting the wrong information up. I'm hoping that what I can do now is run the bot itself and it will update with the correct information. So bin console. Yeah, so Beachcast is saying, so inconvenient that the tags can't be changed in the API. Totally. There's a whole bunch of Twitch-related tools that give streamers a lot of control, and all of those tools require the API, either the old API or the new API. And when they switched to, I think they switched from communities or something, I can't remember what these used to be, but when they switched them to tags, basically nobody had this capability anymore. Likewise, they don't have, they don't stick. Things like English, IRL, and creative stick for some reason, but not the other tags here, so it's kind of annoying. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Yeah, Adam, I realized this was you. Looks like we have somebody in chat who has multiple accounts, but I'm trying to get into the habit of just saying the name of whoever it is and not assume who's behind the screen name. All right, so we'll do app bot run And I'm hoping what's going to happen now is it's going to pop up everything that we need to see. So, ooh, uncaught, too few arguments to function. Interesting. Too expected. Event emitter trait. Oh. All right, so what did I break? No, there wasn't anything. Oh, maybe it could have been that. All right, so let's see, too few arguments. So YouTube driver line 49, which is what we're in. What am I doing wrong? One passed. All right, so this is something that show line numbers. All right, this is something that I did was I hid the line numbers, and now I don't know how to easily add them again. So I'm practicing my shortcuts there. All right, so let's see here. We have line 49 is here. So on this, do that. On event stream. Oh, all right. So there we go. That makes sense. All right, so I needed the bot. I think what happened here was originally I also had the IRC client or something. So let's see if I can run this now. Okay, so it looks like our OAuth, no live broadcasts on YouTube. Interesting. Hello, Rocket Pass 6. Thanks for joining. Let's see what happens on YouTube. Introduction, it does say it's live, so let's start the bot again. No live broadcast found. Okay, so we need to debug this because this is actually what we're looking at. So all right, so no live broad. There we go. Okay, so here we go. So this is not getting us the right information. So this is getting null. Let's see here. So we have ID snippet. We're not getting this message. Let me double check that, because I would think we would have gotten that message. Let's print some trace lines here. All right, so A gets called. This is not working. So we don't get to B. I'm going to try this. Nope. Okay. I think there might. Oh. Oh, I know what's wrong. So when I copied the database from production, it's going to have invalid OAuth tokens for everything. So I thought I was going to save us some time here, but instead I'm going to not have any time saved at all, which is unfortunate. All right, so we're going to have to go back and revisit valet sharing and the awesomeness that is the way that we connect to YouTube. I'm probably gonna have to do the same thing with Twitch as well. So I'm gonna do, so we need to go to YouTube, connect. So it's going to give me a URL, but first, so just so everybody has a good idea about how awesome this is actually going to give us an error because the URL is not correct. So let's go ahead and fire up Valet Share and see which URL we get served. So we have this raw domain. Let's go ahead and edit the environment file. So I need to go back now. Yeah, the Oliver's on Google or on YouTube talking about the OAuth dance. I should have known better, but I thought I would try to make things awesome, and it did not work. So I'm gonna have to not do this in the future. So I need to tell the application itself to use this ngrok URL for any URLs that it creates. I'm then going to have to go to YouTube itself on this URL. I'm going to visit this application and give it the new ngrok URL. And so as you can see, there's a few of these here. I'm going to delete these. Oh, I did that too soon. Cancel. Astrocasts backend local. Let me see if I can go here again. Yeah, there we go. So I need this part of the URL. And then I need the ngrok part again. All right, so, and I think I might have done this in the wrong order too. So I think it might get upset here. Must be added to the authorized domain list. All right. All right, so add another one. Save. Oh, their UI is not very friendly either. All right, try one more time. Now I can do /YouTube OAuth app redirect. You have to hit enter for it to show up on here and then click save. I think there were a lot of issues I had early on with things not saving because I didn't realize I had to actually click or hit enter to register it first. All right, so now what this means is that we need to regenerate the OAuth token to connect the app. And it's now going to have in here the correct ngrok URL for the redirect. So let's see if this works. I'm going to sign in with this account. And we're going to sign up with Astrocasts YouTube. I'm going to allow it. And I think this actually means it worked. So I think we didn't finish this redirect. The main thing was that it actually did the work, not necessarily that it gave me a pretty response here, because no one else is ever going to see that except me. So let's try to run the bot now and see if this works. Oh, there we go. Ah, awesome. All right, so now we're actually connected, and we can see that it's doing all of the steps. Now if we go to YouTube, I think we're going to find out that this URL is wrong. So let's see here. I'm going to leave this open because I think we'll need it. Fortunately, Oliver is here to add content to our chat for us. I need to actually be running the messenger. So we're syncing the information, including syncing to YouTube stream details. All right, so let's see if we reload this. Well, it doesn't seem like it's actually updating this information, which actually I think that's fine. So I think this is okay. So we still have the original information, which is good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is undo the little things we had going on here, the little trace lines. Yay! Yes, Oliver, you are useful. A useful engine, if you will. Okay, so now the really cool part, I think, is if this worked the way it was supposed to. Let me see here. We should be able to see that the session has the live chat ID. So we'll go to Navicat. Let's pull it over here. So we'll go to the local instance and let's look at the video. So the video has a YouTube video ID, which is relatively new. It looks like, yep, introduction to YouTube chat. So it now has the correct YouTube video ID. So previously that didn't exist. I would have had to have gone into the back end and just copy and paste that ID. The nice thing is now that since the bot's actually actively looking at these things and it's aware of when the stream comes online, it means that we're able to get this information up front right away so that we can use it later. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that we needed was a way to look at this chat information. Now, if we go back here, oh, actually it's in Navicat. So where that comes into play is on the sessions table. So if we look at sessions, there's the YouTube live chat ID, so that's this value. So we're able to use this value now to go and look at the live chat information. So let's go look at developer. Yeah, so we're not going to do YouTube data API. We're going to look at live chat. Have you ever, JL Louise? Have you ever tried Data Grip from JetBrains? Far the best SQL IDE they've ever used. I've not tried it yet. Let's see here. Let's do Data Grip. I'm going to add this into chat, actually, on all of the platforms and see how that goes. Yeah, I'll have to check this out. I haven't tried it yet. I have the, it looks like Supernova is also giving this a thumbs up as well. I've enjoyed using Navicat in the past. There's certain aspects of it that I don't like, but I do like that it connects to everything, which can be pretty awesome. But I'll have to give Data Grip a try as well, since I've sort of bought into the whole JetBrains awesome toolbox, or whatever they call it, where you can get access to everything. I might as well use tools that I have access to. So cool. Thanks for mentioning that. All right, so let's look at not chat bands. We want chat messages. So let's do chat message list. So here's where the live chat ID comes into play. So I need to go back to Navicat. Supernova says that JetBrains owns the small part of my soul that Blizzard didn't already claim. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's copy that. For part, let's see here, ID and snippet. Let's do snippet, authorize and execute. Okay, I'll do this. And Oliver Davies mentioned SQL Pro, but that's MySQL only. That's I've heard of that one as well as something that people like to use, but I did the wrong thing there. So let's try it again. Off, authorize. I need to make sure and choose my own correct user in this case. So we'll do YouTube. All right, so response. So this is where things are going to get fun. Oh, and Mac OS only. So SQL Pro is for Mac OS only. Let me pull that up just so people can see. Pro. Yes, I actually hadn't realized it was Mac only. I think I remembered people talking about it when I was looking for a good solution. And my main thing that I focused on was that it was only for MySQL, which is fine, but I kind of wanted something that connected to more things. But if you're Mac and using MySQL, then this makes a lot of sense. All right, so if we go back to our Explorer here, so we pasted in the live chat ID. So this is all more complicated than Twitch. Twitch is based on IRC. What we had done with Twitch in terms of IRC, it's just whatever is going into the channel at the time goes to the session that's actually there. Goes to the session that's currently active. In the case of YouTube, we actually have a completely separate resource we need to go look at. So we can see all the way from the beginning of where Oliver started chatting on Google. So we have display message. So yeah, I'm useful. This was the Restream bot that we're using to transfer messages between Twitch and YouTube. I might not need that anymore, or I might implement that myself inside the bot. We'll kind of have to see how that goes. So at least here we go with I like SQL Pro, though I guess that's MySQL only. So we're kind of caught up there. So let's try it again and see. Yeah, so here we go. Here's the actual link. The things that are going to be tricky about this that might give us a little bit of a hard time is that its pagination is based on a next page token. And it has a polling interval milliseconds. Now, I don't know, let's see here. I don't know if this value changes. And I'm not sure what the Google client that we're using actually does with this. So what I think we need to do is sort of guess and just start playing with it. So let's go back now and kind of get an idea of what we had done with Twitch before. I don't think there's a lot we can do with it, but let's see what we had done. So the way that Twitch worked was that we were listening for an IRC received event, so we might want to try and do something similar to that. Adam just mentioned that he uses DataGrip as well, but uses the DB connector and PHP Storm quite a bit. I haven't used the PHP Storm built-in DB connector, to be honest. I rarely use the IDE to do those sorts of things. I've seen a lot of people doing some material on that. I think Adam has stuff on Beachcasts for how to use PHP Storm more, like use more of the fancy integrated bits for things like Docker and stuff like that. He says it's very similar to DataGrip. I'm betting it would be. It's probably using at least similar philosophies since PHP Storm is a JetBrains product. But yeah, okay, so this is part of what we're going to have to implement, I think. So we actually need to implement this notion of a received event. So let's go here and look at YouTube and just figure out what needs to happen. YouTube driver. One thing we didn't do, let's see here. So we have something happening when the broadcast comes online. So right now we clear the YouTube stream details and then we get the YouTube stream details when the stream comes online. Similarly, when the stream goes offline, we clear the YouTube stream details, and then we report the number of YouTube viewers as 0. So yesterday after our session, and we had like 9 YouTube viewers, or 9 Twitch viewers and 3 YouTube viewers, I had 12 total viewers, and those numbers just stayed static indefinitely because no one was ever reporting them back at 0, because all of the things that looked for this required the session to be online. So this was something that I added after the fact to just make sure that sort of everything cleans up after itself. So what I'm thinking about doing, and I'm just going to sketch this out for a second, is say this live chat watcher, and then we'll do this add, no, loop, no. Add periodic timer, and we'll do maybe every 5 seconds. And then do something. So I think this is going to want to be more complicated than this, but I think this will be a good place to go. So the thing is that this now is going to store a timer, is it? Yeah, a timer interface. So I'll rename this to timer instead, so it's more consistent. What we should do beforehand, similar to what we would do in JavaScript if you're setting it, if you're keeping track of a timer so that you can potentially cancel it, it's kind of what we're doing here. So we're going to do if this live chat timer, then loop cancel timer dollar this live chat timer. There we go. So I'm actually going to go timer interface. Okay, and then so a bunch of this stuff's probably best served putting in its own method, but for right now, it's just kind of sketching this out to sort of get an idea. This is the part I'm not sure about, because in theory, what we could do is do add timer, and then add it based on the next millisecond, or the millisecond polling. Here we go. So we could actually do polling interval divided by 60. Or no, sorry, by 1,000, which would be essentially the same, which would be one way we could do this, so that every time we get a new message, or every time we actually can go do the polling, we'd get the polling interval milliseconds, and then set a new timer for that, but we'd have to keep track of the timer. So for now, what I think I'm going to do is just hard code this as a periodic timer, just to make things simpler for me. There we go. But just so everybody knows what's actually happening here. It's still going to be better resolution. I missed the purpose of the timer used to clean up sessions somehow. Okay, so Adam's asking what the purpose of the timer is. So the timer itself is the thing that we were using for gathering the information from the API. So this is actually essentially polling every 60 seconds the number of YouTube viewers, or the stream details like the video ID and the live chat ID. These are very basic, and they're always running. And so if we look at get YouTube stream details, we simply say if this current stream isn't available, just don't do anything. So this is handling it in a slightly different way, rather than just always having this periodic timer running. I'm trying to be a little smarter with it, in that it's only going to be active while the stream is online. So as soon as a stream comes online, we're going to create a timer. Timer equals event. So the event loop that we have here is constantly waiting for stuff. I don't remember exactly how it's implemented behind the scenes, but it can break out of that loop to do things either based on things like file I/O, network I/O. Like in the case of bot, the event loop itself is going to be able to notice when something happens. You put it on the event emitter, and then you can listen for those events to do things. In this case, what we're going to do is use the periodic timer to check in on YouTube, check in on the live chat ID, so that we can see if new messages have come in that we haven't seen yet. It is sort of fuzzy. I'm probably making this more complicated than it needs to be. Like I said, yeah, the last session we had just done this and didn't do anything with keeping track of the timer. The timer itself, this still creates a timer. These were still creating timer instances. It's just that we weren't doing anything with them because we were just going to keep them running indefinitely. Eventually, what I expect this to do is turn from a periodic timer into a normal timer. And then this value is going to be like this. So rather than just having a periodic timer that checks every 5 minutes or every 30 seconds or whatever, it's actually going to be paying attention to what the API wants. So Google's YouTube live chat API specifies how often should I poll for new messages. I don't know if this is a fixed value. I don't know if this changes over time. Like maybe if it's a high frequency chat, maybe that polling interval goes down. Maybe if they know it's slow, it goes higher. I don't know, but I just want to make sure that this sort of functionality works as expected, so that I can do that when I'm ready. So, but for now, we'll do 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds, it's going to do this bit of code here. So what we need to do is check. So we're still going to do some checking. Let's print this current session, our current stream, so we can see what that looks like, because that's changed a little bit from, okay, so we're actually getting some debug information, which is awesome. So where was that? Yeah, so after 5 seconds, it should give us this information. So this is the information that we had previously, and I've since augmented it with the additional information here of live chat ID. So what we can do is say if is set, well, we'll do if not is set. Current stream, YouTube, live chat ID, is that what it was? Yeah, so if that's not set, we'll just return. Otherwise, we want to see it. So let's see if we can run it again. And after 5 seconds, it's set, so we can actually do something with it. So now the thing that we need to know is how to handle each of these individual messages. So we can query the, we can query for the next page by looking for next page token. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we put in page token. Okay, so response. So now we only got the change. So this means that if I go to next page token again, this value is going to continue to be 0, and the next page token is the same. So the idea now is that I'm going to keep polling this URL or this API call with this specific page token until such time as it gives me information. As soon as it gives me items, this page token is going to change. So if I go back to YouTube now, let's say, oh, I can't sign into chat, but I can send it by way of here. Also, we can see that not all of the messages that Adam put into IRC since the last time we looked actually showed up everywhere. Looks like Joe says we is also. So let's go back here now. So in theory, what's going to happen is this page token is going to be sent. I am going to get the new messages that have shown up in YouTube live chat, and I should get a new next page token. So let's go ahead and see. Awesome. So now it actually shows, I don't know who said that just yet, but we get yay. I think that might have been me. Yeah, that was me. So we didn't see Joe's yet because the Restream bot didn't actually pick it up and forward that just yet. We did get a new next page token. If I execute the same one again, every time I execute the original page token that we had, we'll keep getting this same information. If I do the next one, it should be empty. So what this tells me is we need to keep this next page token next to the live chat ID somehow. So I think what this means is that, let's see here. So the YouTube stream details sets it will set the live stream ID initially. What we need to do now is store that somewhere. So we're gonna have to remember that. We'll store page token on session. So next to chat ID. So what that means is that on our session object for this particular session, we have the live chat ID. Initially, it's going to have a live chat, next page token is going to be null. As we process these, we need to then record the next page token on session. And what that will let us do is make sure to continue to poll from where it was last polling from on the YouTube live chat ID. So let's see what we can do. First thing we need is to add this value. So let's go to session and YouTube live chat ID. I want to double check the name because I want it to be consistent. So page token. Yeah, so we'll do live chat, next page token, YouTube live chat, next page token, and we're going to allow it to be null, and we are going to, here we go, I'm going to do a getter. Actually, we need both, so. Okay. So this is going to give us access now to this information. So let's do bin console. Create our migration. I was watching on Reddit today a discussion about how people are using Doctrine ORM, and one of the people was talking specifically about using Doctrine mostly because it has really great support for building migrations automatically. I totally agree. I know I could write these myself, but this just makes life so much easier. So we're adding YouTube live chat next page token. Let's go ahead and run the migration. All right, and if we reload here, we can see that there is a live chat next page token column that is currently null. So we're in a good place to be able to do something with that. Where we were in Stream Manager, let's see here. I can't remember the name of the function that gets the information. Get stream URL. I need the thing that generates what we're consuming here, so you know what we're looking for. This current stream data. Number of viewers, get stream. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to do live chat ID, and I'm going to do live chat next page token. Get YouTube next page token. All right, so I'm going to run the bot again, and what should happen is when we print that structure after 5 seconds, it should show us that that value is null. Yep, so live chat next page token is null. All right, so now we need to actually do something with this information. So we're going to use our YouTube API again, and let's do get live broadcast. Let's do get live chat messages. For now, we need to pass in the live chat ID and the next page token. For refresh purposes, we will start the same way. Okay. Now we need to do something with YouTube API. So let's do YouTube API, live chat messages, list. Chat ID is going to be live chat ID, which we're going to have to use. And we're going to do next page token as well, because I know we need that. We need to specify part. We're going to do part as snippet. And then let's see, optional params. Let's do next our page token. I don't know if page token is going to work if it's null. We can try and see if this will work, but I'm guessing it might actually not. I don't know what essentially I don't know what this API is going to do if I pass in null. It might be that I have to pass in an empty array instead of a page token with value null. So let's go ahead and do live, what does it return? Returns a response, so messages, let's see, get items. Let's just do this for now to see if it even gives us anything, and then return null. So now we actually need to do this. So we'll do no, YouTube driver. So let's do this YouTube API, get live chat messages, and we will use live chat ID and the next page token. So again, this should be null at this point. I'm not going to do anything with this yet. I just want it to get called. So after 5 seconds, Okay. Undefined index. Oh, I did. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I just didn't think I needed that. All right, so let's try it again. Ah, awesome. So we get something. So we get all the way to yay. We didn't get Supernova's we just yet, but we get all of the information that we needed. So all of these bits of data. What I want to do is try to see if I can cause pagination to happen. Pagination, not sure how much I need. Maybe Oliver can help. All right, so I'm sending this information. Let's see what we do now. If we run it again, let's see how far it gets. Oh, well, it got as far as maybe Oliver can help. So I guess that, oh, it just keeps going every 5 seconds. It's going to do it some more. Let's see what the polling info, total pages per results. I'm going to remove page token. Let's see. So it looks like we have 13 messages. It might be a while before we get more of those. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Anyway, so what we need to do now is get some sort of structure that makes sense. So what we want, or what we're getting for Twitch for the message is author ID, just so we can have this in mind. So we want to create for YouTube. So we're going to need author ID, we're going to need message params, so we're going to need the message text, and probably can keep this like that, and then the current live session ID. So this, what we really need to get back from this value is enough information to record this information. So we're going to say response, and so I'm going to say response needs to look like next page token, and then let's do messages. And then messages is going to contain the author ID and the text. So within the message itself, let's see here, author details. So I can't remember. I think this is the ID of the message. Text message details. Display message. That's a bunch of metadata. Yes. Adam, that is definitely a bunch of metadata. Welcome back, Oliver. I still don't know how much YouTube chat messages we need in order to trigger pagination, but I'm fine with that for now. All right, so the snippet might have what we need. Author details. Author channel ID. So I think this is the user who said the message. So we might not have to do the extra work on this side for YouTube to get the author ID. Okay, so let's try this now. If we go into here, let's say, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Wrong function, Beau. Okay, here we go. Get items, so we can do $messages equals get items. Let's do a collection. All right, I wonder if I can just do collect. I think I can. Map. Let's see, this is going to give an array of live chat message. So what did I say? Author ID. Message get get channel ID. Let's try it like that and see if it works. And then message. Yeah, we'll call it message. Get snippet. Get display message. And then we will do toArray and return there we go. And then next page token. So live chat messages, get next page token. All right, so if we go back to YouTube driver, if we print our response, we should end up with something hopefully that looks like this. Okay, so get channel ID on null. All right, so I think that is because we just did snippet. Let me do ID and see if that works as well. Slowly getting more comfortable with the way YouTube does stuff. Essentially, you can ask for parts of the information to come back from the API. So you can ask just for what you need. So snippet is like weird information. The ID then would be some additional information. Let's see if, no, still didn't work. All right, so let's not do get author details then. Let's do get snippet, get author channel ID. Okay, so this in theory is Oliver. This ID should be Oliver. So let's go and look up. So we're gonna have to do this on the client side later, or on the other side of this. Let's do channel list part snippet and ID. So it does say Oliver. So it looks like we'd be able to get this ID. So this is the ID we're looking for. Super excited about that because that means we have all of the information we need. So now that we have that information, we need to do something with it. So YouTube driver, we need to store the, this next page token correctly. So we need to, first of all, do bot. We don't have access to the bot, so let's do use bot. Dispatch, and we'll say we need to create a message here. So we have 5 minutes. Let's see if I can get this done in 5 minutes, because that would be awesome. So we want a command for session sync YouTube. We'll do record next page token. So sync YouTube, use session ID and YouTube chat ID. Let's do, we don't need the YouTube live chat ID. Instead, we want next page token. Let's call it YouTube, I guess. Chat next page token, because why not be verbose, right? All right, so we got our getter, which is good. So we can do YouTube driver, dispatch, new, record, next page token. We're going to pass in this current stream live session ID. And we are going, oh, did I do that? Yeah, I did it in session, good. And then I'm going to do, where was it? Response, next page token. So that's the first thing that we will do. And then for each response messages, we will do this code as message. So we're going to do chat message, which needs to be imported. Create for YouTube doesn't exist, so let's add it. So we already have create for Twitch. The only difference here is one's going to be create for Twitch, one's create for YouTube. There we go. So this now works. We want response, author ID, and response message. We will need to create a handler. 2 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. Message handler for stream. No, for session. Copy this. And we'll do record next page token handler. Awesome. Paste. We are going to import most of these things the same. Command. We want record next page token. So we can still get the session the same way, but we're going to set YouTube next page token to get YouTube. There we go. So in theory, if all of this works, I am going to restart the consumer. The first time we fire this up, it should read in all of the existing messages, and then it should dispatch a bunch of messages. The first is to record the next page token, and then it should record each of these individual messages in the database. And 5 seconds later, it should try to go for a new, it should go look for the live messages again, but with the next page token, and that next page token should be empty, should return empty arrays. So let's see if this works. All right, after 5 seconds, oh, undefined index author ID. Okay, so that's good-ish. So that's apparently empty. Makes sense. Okay, so the problem now, though, is that we have a next page token, which I'm going to delete from our database. So I'm faking it. I'm going to restart this and then restart the bot again. Yay, awesome. All right, so finish handling message, record session chat message. All right, so it's not actually working as I had hoped. So I might have to do the rest of this offline. If we look at the chat, what I'm guessing is that it's duplicating these every time. So what I need to do is figure out why the pagination stuff isn't working. So the problem looks to be that it's not sending the live chat next page token. Let's see. Actually, we should be seeing that current stream output. Yeah, okay, so we're setting that correctly. All right, so I know what the problem is here. And I might have to take this offline. The problem is that we are actually recording this correctly. We're sending this information. The problem is that we don't send it very often. In fact, I think Pusher isn't actually sending this information quickly enough. So we're listening for this information coming from Pusher. We'll go back to our bot because it's actually handled by the bot itself. So current stream equals stream manager get current stream details. And then we do stream online, stream offline. We don't get this information again until, let's see here. We're watching that on Pusher. So if we look at the Pusher driver from our bot, what it does is it listens for Pusher to tell us when information has changed. So when stream is online, we get that data. Otherwise, when it's offline, we get empty data. So what we need to do is find a way to ensure that we pull this data some other way, which is kind of a bummer. I didn't think we would need to do that. It's possible that live stream is online. We might need to have like a live stream is updated method as well that will be called anytime the live stream metadata gets updated, including when this new live chat next page token. Essentially, anytime any of these values change, we should do that. In the meantime, what I think we can do, we're 4 minutes over, but that's okay. I'll try this real quick. So we should be able to do this on our own. So current stream details. Maybe we can't. There's no way to trigger that. What we could do potentially is get live chat messages. We could probably store our next page token locally. So in addition to dispatching it for future use, next page token equals and then anytime we do this, we should say next token. So if we have next page token, locally use that, otherwise get it from the current stream. Let's do private next page token. And then clean up YouTube stream details. When the stream goes online, token, well, let's not do it there, but let's do when stream goes offline. Down here, let's do next page token equals null. So the first time through, we should get all of the messages. This time through, we didn't, which is good. All right, so now I'm going to add one more message. And let's see if we can see that come through. There we go. So let's see. Looks like it did. Yay, testing. That was the last thing I sent. So it looks like it is picking up new messages, and it's only picking up that new message. So I'm going to try one last one. Yep, one last one. So it looks like it's working. So awesome. I didn't think we'd be able to do it in one session, but it looks like we did. So thank you all for joining. If you have questions or anything like that, feel free to ping me on Twitter. Otherwise, thank you for joining the session, and I'm going to figure out what we can do fun tomorrow, possibly work on Discord or kind of clean up this bit of code a little bit, see if there's anything that we can do to make it run a little more smoothly. Anyway, thanks again. Have a great day.